just because, I mean, to be honest, you can't get rid of it, so you might as well like it. We can't all be Nap 85, okay?
Hi, I'm Danielle. I do too much. I like hair, talking, cosplay, music, art, and stuff.
Warning. Now entering the dance zone. Now entering the dance zone.
Hi. Yeah, alright, that was, okay, hi and welcome back to Star Puppy. I'm Danielle, your resident weirdo. I am me, therefore weird. Welcome to the weirdness. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what that album is. That's Tori Moi's new album, Outer Peace, that he released at the stroke of 12 a.m. this morning. And yes, I was awake to listen to the whole thing straight through. This was the first album I ever heard of, and he signed it for me. He says, "Thanks, Chaz Bear." We're basically in love. But there's another reason I am dancing this day other than Tori Moi. I am also here to talk about shrinkage. Today's video is about why you should embrace your shrinkage. So if it's your first time on the channel and you're already enjoying my weirdness, you should subscribe. But also if it's your first time on the channel, you may or may not know that I have an entire series dedicated to fighting my shrinkage called Star Puppy vs. Shrinkage here on the channel, which is by far my most popular series, and I am pleased to share my findings with you. Underneath this beautiful bonnet is the lovely, the one, the only Fluff Nugget. Fluff Nugget is my head of hair. She is 4C, medium length, medium porosity, medium density, and has the most severe shrinkage I've ever seen in my life. Her shrinkage is 80%. So not great. I've made it my mission in life to fight shrinkage with everything I have. With everything I stand for, I will fight shrinkage. But today, we ain't gonna fight shrinkage. I have a freshly washed Fluff Nugget under here. It's lock method time, honey. Twist with me, lock method with me. For my lock method, I use Heritage Store Rose Water as my L. Then I use Jamaican Black Castor Oil as my O. And then I use a mixture of Shea Moisture's Coconut Hibiscus Curl Enhancing Smoothie and Jane Carter Solutions Nourish and Shine Restorative Butter. Okay, the first reason that you should embrace your shrinkage and not be pissed at your shrinkage is because that means your hair is healthy. I know, it is so cliche. I'm sick of hearing it. I said it one time just now and I'm sick of saying it. It's so irritating to hear. It's such a natural hair cliche. Your hair shrinks, so that means that it's just doing what it's supposed to do, even though you don't like it. But at the end of the day, you should be very grateful that you have a healthy head of hair, because lots of people don't. Your head of hair is doing exactly what God programmed it to do. And that's pretty neat. You should take shrinkage as not a punishment, but as a high five. Like, hey buddy, I have noticed that you've been taking care of me. I'm gonna do this thing that I think is cool. Check this out. And then it shrinks to your scalp and you're like, thanks. Some roles require short natural hair, but it required her to do a big chop. And I was like, oh, I can fake that. Give me like 10 minutes. It was pretty cool to not have to shave my head. And then in a more practical sense, not necessarily for roles, but if you just feel like switching up your look, you can do it. Another reason you shouldn't be mad at your shrinkage is that we all know this. Ladies, we know this to be true. Shorter hair is edgier and makes more of a statement. Short hair just like gives you a little more, you just look more put together. And like you can have it at the drop of a freaking hat. Like drop your hat as you're walking back to your car from Target and it's raining outside, and by the time you unlock your Scion, you have yourself a nice little Jada Pinkett Smith Halle Berry moment. Did anyone have any questions for me, or? Oh, no one can tell me nothing? Oh, I figured. Now, I'm gonna talk to my kinky hair girls for a moment. One reason, because I think, by and large, the most severe shrinkage is experienced by those with tighter textures in general. The shrinkage tends to be more severe. Our texture is so beautiful. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. I had a few majors in college, and one of them was visual art. And I have always been in love with the textured hair type. I've always adored drawing hair in general, but my favorite type of hair to draw is my own and yours. Because the assignment was doing a self-portrait, so I drew my hair texture at the time, which was texturized. So that's my disclaimer on that. But kinky hair all day, baby. It's so complex. It's like a freaking nebula, like all potential. It can get really deep if you want to go there. Your hair looks fuller when it's shrunken. And this might be like a personal thing because I have medium density hair. I do not have thick hair. I also don't have thin hair, but I certainly don't have thick hair. Oh, also in my last hair video, when I turn to the side, you can see my scalp. That's not a bald spot. That's because I was being too zealous with my alligator clips and like the tension was so hard that it like pulled it apart like that. But just know that not everyone has like 3 people's heads worth of hair on their head, guys. Jeez. We can't all be Nap 85, okay? But I find that my hair actually looks fuller when it is more shrunken. I like a nice blowout look for my afros, but if I'm really looking for like some really juicy density, then I'll just like give it a little spritz. One of my favorite ways to style my hair is what I call the meatloaf. A little thicker, a little denser, a little more meat to it. It's the meatloaf. Another one, this one's a little more personal and it's a bit of a story time. And you might want to try this if you can, okay? You can win bar bets with your white friends. Most of my life has been a pretty multicultural experience. In my college days in particular, me and my other black friends, right? We will come up with, and this might be mean, but it's also hilarious. We would come up with a new black fact and try to trick all of our white friends. And we just all get on board and be like, yeah, black people's bones are black. And one time we were all out just, you know, cruising the little downtown. It was a very college-centric town. Some of my non-black friends had figured out that we were kind of messing with them on occasion and had called us out on it, so we couldn't mess with this particular guy anymore because he figured it out, and then he started participating with us. Oh, he's such a cool dude. When we were out walking in the clubs, and I hadn't been dancing yet, so I hadn't been sweating yet. It was a nice arid day, so humidity was not a factor. So I had a nice juicy afro that day. It was in a frohawk, and I decided to swing a curveball at my friend and tell him a truth about black people and black biology. And I was like, hey, you see my beautiful hair right now? Like my Trojan horse hair? He's like, yeah, it's so pretty. I'm like, thanks, man. You know, I could shrink this to my scalp at will. Black girls can do that. Did you know that? And he was like, nah, you're just messing with, no, Danielle, you're just messing with me again. No. See, I'm on the crew now. You can't trick me anymore. No. So I was like, okay, let's put money on it. He was like, haha. Okay. And then I danced as hard and as fast as I possibly could. And fun fact about me, I sweat on my head a lot. Fluff Nugget came right on through. That girl went from a beautiful like 6-inch frohawk to like in about 30 seconds. And the next round of drinks were on me. He was like half amazed, half enraged, half What? Half? Wow. Yes, he was all halves of those. Last section, last reason not to be mad at your shrinkage. And this one goes a little bit deeper, and I think lots of my cute viewers can relate really hard to this one. It's gonna be corny. A very honest reason I appreciate my shrinkage, and I do my best not to get mad at it. That function it has taught me an incredible amount of patience and self-acceptance. It's, let me get a hand free, just hair. We all know it ain't just hair. Who said that? Somebody with straight hair? Probably. We know it's not just hair. And the fact that I've come so far in my journey, not only my hair journey, but my journey as a woman and my journey as a Black woman, and to come not only to accept it, but to embrace it when the time is appropriate and it doesn't affect my career, is astounding. And I'm really proud of being here. I'm proud. I think I should be proud. Another deeper thing about it is that you're not gonna have control most of the time. I'm in my mid-20s, for those who are just burning and need to know. And I'm here to tell the early 20s, control is gonna get ripped right out of your hands, and you're gonna have to learn how to be okay with that. And the first inklings of that feeling for me and my journey thus far in my 20s has been just that hair thing, where I couldn't control what I looked like on a day-to-day basis, was the beginning of me learning how to deal with not having control over everything, and especially control when it comes to me. Like, you can't even control what you look like sometimes. And that's a really good stepping stone for a lot of challenges you're gonna face as a young adult. Let me tell you, relinquish control, practice with your hair, practice accepting that life just gonna keep rolling. You gotta roll with the punches and figure something else out. I think that's a really good place to start. It's not just hair. It's not. Existentialism over. So I hope that you've enjoyed just this really casual, just sitting down talking to a camera. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and that you'll subscribe if you've already enjoyed my weirdness. It wasn't that weird this time around. Oh, never mind. Well, if you've enjoyed my weirdness, I hope you'll subscribe. I upload on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and follow me on Instagram for exclusive content. Haha! And to see me struggle to edit everything, and what I'm like in between all of these weird little videos. Say it with me now. Star Puppy, away!
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed the video.